Hi, everybody. Welcome to another Extravagant Few Minutes here on 12-Ounce Sports and the Captain Lou Sports Network on YouTube. We're live on this Monday. A great Monday indeed. Well, we thought it was. We thought we would lead off today with the Frozen Four with Michigan and Michigan State meeting last night for the sixth time on the ice, and Michigan snapping a four-game losing streak at the most opportune time to make it to the final Frozen Four for the third straight year. We thought maybe we would lead off with the women of the NCAA basketball. They take center stage tonight in two of the biggest marquee matchups you could ever have in the women's brand, or maybe the Final Four. For the men's, it's all set with Purdue going to be taking on North Carolina State and, of course, UConn and Alabama. But about 10 minutes before we came on here this afternoon, we got this shocker out of Detroit, a Motown shocker to say the least. Jared Goff, the quarterback that led the Lions to the NFC Championship game, has been traded to the Arizona Cardinals along with a third pick and a fifth pick in the 2024 draft for Arizona's fourth overall pick this year in the upcoming draft and Desmond Ridder. To say I'm shocked is beyond what I could say right now. I'm in disbelief, absolutely in disbelief. Man, I thought just when Detroit was turning the corner, you know, it sounds like both teams couldn't come to an agreement on an extension. Goff had said that he wanted to stay in Detroit, but he was looking for numbers that were just out of the realm of what Detroit was willing to pay. And so Detroit decided, obviously, to go into another direction. Now I'm just befuddled. What are they going to do? It can't be just Desmond Ridder. So you got to believe Detroit's probably going to draft a quarterback with that fourth pick. I mean, who would they go after? Could it be the hometown boy? Could it be J.J. McCarthy? Could they go after Bo Penix? I don't know, maybe Jaden Daniels. Who knows who's going to be there at 4? But boy, shockwaves here in lower Michigan, all over the state of Michigan. Like I said, I was all set to talk about the Frozen Four. I was going to lead off with that. But when I heard this about 10 minutes ago, I was floored. Man, I sat there and I thought, well, what am I going to do now? So I hurried up and figured I might as well wear this jersey one last time. As Jared Goff traded to the Arizona Cardinals for, the fourth overall pick and Desmond Ridder, and Detroit also giving up a third and a fifth in the draft this year. Brad Holmes, this one really, really shocks me. Is this really going to be the same old Lions? Again, I'm befuddled. I don't know what to do. I'm in shock. I figured, what the heck, right when we were turning the corner, maybe I was just counting my chickens a little too much, thinking about maybe Detroit getting back, potentially going to the Super Bowl. But now it looks like they're starting over. I know they've got weapons, and I get all that, but Desmond Ridder isn't the answer. And if they go with a rookie quarterback, gosh, who knows? All right, we're going to take a break. Of course, the Extravagant Few Minutes, as always, is brought to you by tickets.12ouncesports.com. Let's talk about those Frozen Four teams and everything else going on in the world of sports right after this.
Do you need tickets? We have you covered. We have soccer from anywhere in the world. Any venue from any sports. That means we have college and professional football. We have baseball at every level. We have every Power 5 matchup. Remember, costumes and paints are optional. You want to see Broadway? We have them too. We have every concert from every artist. We have you covered at tickets.12ouncesports.com. Tickets for less.
Indeed, we do. We've got tickets for less. That, of course, is tickets.12ouncesports.com. You can get tickets for all the major sporting events I see on our website. We're starting to get some for the minor league season for baseball, which is starting up here real soon, especially here in Michigan. I know the Lansing Lugnuts are taking on Michigan State in the Crosstown Showdown. Well, they're going to try anyways, if it doesn't snow too much in the next couple of days. But anyways, that's tickets.12ouncesports.com. All right, we mentioned first that we've got the Frozen Four, the women and everything. that are going to be starting up. But this real quick, April Fools! For those of you that actually thought that Jared Goff was going to be traded, you forgot about what day it is today. Detroit would not be that stupid to make a trade like that, and especially on April Fool's Day. I know I got some of you. I know I did. You may be thinking, you didn't get me. It was too good to be true or whatever. He was full of it. Well, I know I got a couple of you. Jared Goff isn't going anywhere, baby. No way. Detroit is, yes, they're still going. They're on the path to the Super Bowl. All right, it's a huge night tonight for women's basketball in the NCAA. Iowa and LSU, Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, the whole circus that is that game tonight with Kim Mulkey. And it's going to be a great game. That's opening it up tonight, 7 o'clock. I believe Iowa is a 2.5-point favorite in that one. Well, I'll tell you what, that's going to be a toss-up game. That's going to be one hell of a game. And then the nightcap, UConn and USC. This is Final Four material right here. These games are deciding who is going to the Final Four. That's crazy. And it's great because the women have center stage all to themselves. It's going to be a fun night of women's basketball. You've got to check it out. If you haven't watched any of the women's basketball tournament yet, boy, this is the night to do it. Iowa, LSU, a rematch of last year's championship game. There's going to be no friends on the court. You know there's going to be a lot of shenanigans both ways. This has got WWE WrestleMania written all over it. And in the nightcap, you've got the Evil Empire. Well, at least some think that with UConn, with all them championships against the up-and-coming USC team. That's the team to watch out for right there. I'm picking USC to win tonight over UConn. And they're going to remind you of the USC teams led by Cheryl Miller 30 years ago. So, yeah, that's right. Watch these games tonight. I tell you, it's going to be great. The other two that await them are going to be South Carolina and North Carolina State. NC State, as we will know in a second, as you know, they have two teams, one in the men's and one in the women's, in the Final Four. So good congratulations to North Carolina State. And South Carolina, they're undefeated. They're a juggernaut. They're on a roll. Speaking of juggernauts, the Final Four is set for the men. That juggernaut that is UConn with that monster win over Illinois the other day. And, of course, Alabama shooting the lights out from way downtown. Bang. They're in. The other two contestants, Purdue, happy for head coach Matt Painter to finally get to the Final Four. The first time since 1980 for the Boilermakers. And it's going to be NC State, their first time back in a long, long time since the Jim Valvano days. So those are your matchups right there. Purdue and North Carolina State. And it's going to be UConn against Alabama. So, wow, that's going to be some fun matchups next Saturday night in the Final Four on the men's side. The Frozen Four is set. What a game last night, especially if you're a Michigan fan. The Wolverines with another strong third period, including the pass of the year. They defeated Michigan State 5-2 in a great contest down in St. Louis. Next up for them, it'll be Boston College. Boston College needing overtime to defeat the defending national champions Quinnipiac. So it's going to be Michigan and Boston College on April 11th in the nightcap at 8:30. The first game is going to be Denver and Boston University. 3 number 1 seeds and a 3 seed. Michigan being the 3 seed. Little tidbit. Michigan's football team, 3 straight trips to the college football playoffs, culminating with a championship this year. Michigan's hockey team, 3rd straight trip to the Frozen Four. We'll see if that's an omen for them as they embark on their Frozen Four in about 10 days. Finally tonight, the Red Wings. They got a big game tonight against Tampa, losing a heartbreaker the other night against Florida, winning or losing in a shootout 3-2. But if there is a silver lining for the Red Wings, Philadelphia is starting to take the swan dive. Washington has overtook them for 3rd place in their division. So what that means is the Red Wings now, with a game in hand on the Flyers, are only 2 points out. Now the Flyers have the tiebreaker for regulation wins, but with 8 games left, Detroit is still only 2 points out. And again, this is a big game for them tonight. If they can beat Tampa, keep the heat on Philadelphia. Philadelphia, I think, plays the Islanders tonight. So that's going to be a great matchup there. So, all right, everybody, remember, Jared Goff traded to Arizona? No, it's April Fool's. Just an April Fool's joke. We want to have a little fun here. on an extravagant few minutes here on 12 Ounce Sports and the Captain Lou Sports Network. All right, everybody, that's going to do it for an extravagant few minutes on this April Fool's Day, April the 1st. Enjoy the women's games tonight. And don't forget, coming up Wednesday at 7, we will have a complete look at all the Final Fours that are coming up. Torin Submaranian is going to join us from the College Hoops Podcast, Theater and College Hoops Podcast. He is a fountain of information. Can't wait to talk to him. We're going to break down the Final Four matchups. We're going to go over all the women's Final Four and the Frozen Four as well. Get you up to date on the Red Wings and the Tigers, 3-0 first time since 2016. All right, till next time, Captain Lou saying keep your heads up, keep your sticks down, keep your feet moving, and as always, keep your minds open. Thanks for joining us here on the Captain Lou, or the Extravagant Few Minutes, right here on 12 Ounce Sports and the Captain Lou